Welcome back, everybody. It's Freddie Mac, your Ham Radio Crusader, and I'm here with another product review, something like you've seen before, only newer. Let's jump right in. I got another package from those folks over at Banggood. You remember they sent me the Amnvolt version 3. Well, this is the Amnvolt SDR version 4. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. There's a mini radio quick start manual, some packing material from Banggood, and styrofoam. Lovely styrofoam. And look at this little antenna. I say it's little. It's very, very something else bizarre. But I've seen it before. It is the donut WB antenna from Amnvolt's 10 kilohertz to 180 megahertz. It also comes with a nice telescopic antenna like the last one did. Feels pretty sturdy too. And we've got a USB-A to USB-C, I'm assuming a charging cable. And the unit itself, wow, let's take the box away here. Zoom in a little bit. And this case is metallic. The last case they sent me is 3D printed material, probably like a PET-G. I'm not sure, but they're about the same size. But this says it does AM, FM, lower sideband, and upper sideband. So we're going to connect the telescopic antenna first, which feels much more substantial than the previous one. And I'm not sure if the battery is still charged up. I did take the liberty of charging the battery, but that was a few days ago, so not sure, still charged up. And it is still charged up. It's got a 4-volt charge on it. And we're at 103.6 megahertz. Interface is a little different. So if we can set the volume up a little bit. That's a nearby radio station, but inside my shack, not very conducive. So let's see what else we got here. These things are really neat. Got 11 meters, 13 meters, 15 meters, 16, 19, 22, 25, 31, 41, 60, 75, 90. And I'm not sure what the MW stands for. I'm actually going to have to read the manual. So here's 160 meters, 80 meters, 40 meters, 30, and 20. And dadgummit, it just feels good. It looks good. Probably going to have to put a better antenna on it. Let's do that and see what happens. So this is the donut antenna. Don't know how well you can hear that. But you can jog up the volume a lot quicker than you could on the other one. And as you can see, it's an upper sideband. Very, very cool. So let me look up some frequencies real quick. I'm not sure what that is, but it sure sounds cool. And I'm picking it up inside the shack. Wow. When I hit 14074, it pops up right on the screen, tells me that's an FT8 frequency. We may have to go outside for that. So what are the other FT8 frequencies? I can't hold all this stuff in my head. 28.074 on 10 meters. Well, that's 28.074. And again, 28.074, it tells me it's an FT8 frequency. How cool is that? And I was catching some traffic there for a second. So let's try 40 meters. 7074. And again, tells me it's an FT8 frequency. Pretty cool. Okay, we're going to have to take this in a better environment and listen to it on a bigger antenna. All on this little bitty antenna. The new ATS Mini V4 from Amnvolt. One of the really neat things about this latest model is that when you tune to an FT8 frequency, it tells you on the screen you're on an FT8 frequency. Not to mention being able to hear it very well. But what about the other FT8 frequencies? Well, let's find out. FT8. And that's all on this little dinky antenna. And I can hear FT8 just great on it. It's receiving it very well. Oh, look. 7077. Ah, there it is. FT8. How cool is that? I love these little cues when I can't remember those frequencies in my head. Well, and don't forget 80 meters. FT8. How cool is that? And another thing I've noticed is if I want to jump frequencies pretty fast, I just spin the dial faster and look at it go. All the way to each edge of the band in that amount of time. But if I turn it slower, I can fine tune what I'm looking for. Okay, and if we push this button in right here, we get a bunch of other settings. The band, the volume, the step, the seek, scan, memory, squelch, bandwidth, automatic gain control and attenuation, AVC, soft mute, and other settings like brightness. Calibration. RDS, the UTC offset, the FM region, a theme. We can go with blue sky or e-ink. How cool is that? Paper, orange, ooh, military look. The night, even better. Some 007 action going on here. Phosphorus, ooh, K3JRZ would like this. Space, which is where we were at, I think. No, maybe not. Magenta. And then there's the default. Okay, cool. So other settings in there is the UI layout, the user interface. So you can put an S meter there if you'd wish. You can put in a zoom menu, which I don't think I want. The different modes and volume. This is the main menu, then settings, sleep mode, load. Wi-Fi, sync only, connect, access point, and connect. So when I was looking here editing the video, I noticed that use access point ATS Mini and the IP address, and there's also a local host name, atsmini.local. So I went looking for it. So I noticed I had an AP that was broadcasting called ATS Mini, so I connected directly to it, just like you kind of do to some IoT devices. And then I opened a browser and I went to that host name, atsmini.local, and Eureka, it took me to a web page. This is inside the ATS Mini itself, showing its status, and it will also show memories that you've preset, which we haven't done yet, and some of the config. So I thought, you know what, I'll put my home internet access point and password in this
browser so that the ATS Mini can connect to my Wi-Fi directly, and I don't have to connect Wi-Fi directly to the ATS Mini. And then also went down here, this is the web user interface login credentials that you can create. I just put in my call sign and a password. Then I set the time zone for my area. I'm in UTC -6, so I hit Denver. And I left the theme as default. You can change it here, and I saved the settings, and then I went and refreshed the browser, and it asked me to log in. That's those credentials I just put in for the user interface. And voila, I'm back. And the browser said, hey, you want to save your settings? And I'm like, why not? And then you hit the status there, you can see that it's on my local network now, and it has its own IP address, and I'm connected back to my network, not directly to the ATS Mini, which I thought, that's kind of cool. Then I looked around a little bit to see what it saved, but how do I get these memories saved? Okay, so let's try to save something into memory. So I'm guessing it's like a memory preset. I'm not exactly sure. We're going to try. So let's go to memory. Okay. Those are those memories we just saw. So let's go to settings. I push and held the button and it turned the screen off, or it turned the whole unit off. And we're back on again. The only thing is, I don't know how to save anything into memory. Well, I guess we'll figure it out as time goes on. Oh, I got it. I pushed and held it, but not too long. So now that's held in there. So let's change bands. Go down to 20 meters. Go over to that FT8. We'll go to memory. There it is. That's 99. Let's go to number 2. Hey, and we saved it. Okay, let's go back to the computer now. Okay, so we're back to the browser where we logged into the ATS Mini. I'm going to refresh the screen. And there's those 2 presets we put in. How cool is that? I can see them, but there's no actual control. This is just letting you do some settings and see what your memories are, because I'm clicking on these and no interaction with the ATS Mini, so nothing really changes. But it is a cool little feature, and there's 99 memories that you can save. But the different bands on here are represented: 160 or 160 meters, MW 1, 2, and 3, 90 meters, 75 meters. All of these are in AM mode. And then there's all, which gives us 10 kilohertz, or basically 10 megahertz. And then there's FM broadcast, which gives us some of the broadcast information. Look how fast it tunes. And that's a 1-watt speaker, and it does exceptionally well. I'm totally shocked. And if you want to listen to some CB, it's channel 19 right there. That's the little cues you get. There's channel 18. And then right back to 10 meters on single sideband. Upper sideband, actually. Right back to FT8, and we're copying that really, really well. This thing is pretty stinking cool. And the beautiful thing about it is if you don't want to use the stock antenna, you just unscrew it. You can unscrew the stock antenna and put yourself a, SMA male right on there and put the biggest antenna you want on it. But this thing is the size of a pack of gum. It's very small. You can use an audio out right here, or an earplug, or an earphone, I should say. And then there's your micro on-off switch and the USB-C port for charging. Here's the thing I don't understand. I'm not sure why, and I'll show it to you in the video. If I plug this into my computer with this USB-C jack and I power it on, it shows up as a COM port. What's that about? That sounds like a feature I don't know anything about. So folks, there you have it. The Amnvolt ATS Mini version 4 V4. This thing is really cool. The folks over at Banggood sent this to me, like I said before, to evaluate and look over. Don't get me wrong, it's nifty as all get out. It also comes with a nice little donut antenna that you've seen in the opening unboxing video. That kind of helps out as well, but in the house, this one seems to be working quite well, but you really want to do some damage with it, take that antenna off, put it on an end-fed, and boy howdy, are you going to pick it up. It's nifty to take on trips or, you know, maybe a soda or something like that. Nice little hike out in the woods. You've got a nice little receiver with you to see what's going on in the world. Pretty cool stuff. Check it out. Hey, this is Freddie Mac, your Ham Radio Crusader, saying 73s, wishing all the good signals to be yours, and ham on, y'all.